Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Norman, and I'm an old man. I'm 96 years old, but I'm still quite active and still have all my marbles. Today, I want to talk to you about a couple of books that I have written. I'll hold this one up so you can read it. It's important because I want to sell this book. It's available on Amazon, self published. I have not been able to get a hold of a publisher who will publish this book and put it in the bookstores like I'd like to have it done. So I decided I'm going to have to somehow publicize my own book in my own way, and this is one way. And the way that you can get this book on Amazon, you have to know the title of the book and then put my name in it. The Megiddo Alliance, Megiddo, Megiddo Alliance, and it's by Richard Lee Norman. It's available in hardback for $24.99. I think I get about $5 or $6 of that. And it's available in paperback. This is a paperback copy. It's $12.99. And I think I get about $3 or $4 from this one. But it's also available on Kindle for $2.99. I don't know if I get anything at all out of that. But if you have a Kindle and you want to read it, I want you to have it. $2.99 on Kindle. I want to read to you what's on the back of this book. In the year 70 AD, the Roman Empire dominated the world and sent the great General Titus and his hordes to go and eliminate the nation of Israel from the face of the earth. Israel was utterly destroyed in AD 70. Not only did Rome destroy Solomon's temple and the city of Jerusalem, but Israel ceased to exist as a nation in AD 70 until 1948. In the year 691, Islam began building the Dome of the Rock, the third holiest shrine in Islam, on Temple Mount, on the very site where the Jews had erected Solomon's temple. But Solomon's temple was destroyed by Titus of Rome, and so the Muslims built the Dome of the Rock, which is a picture on the front of the book. You can't see it very well. But the Dome of the Rock is still there, and the Jewish people still want to rebuild their temple. When they go to the temple to pray, they're praying for the destruction of the Dome of the Rock so they can rebuild their temple. That's what all that is, and that's what it's about. They want to rebuild their Solomon's temple and resume a practice of the law of Moses and doing animal sacrifices. But the Dome of the Rock is preventing them. And so my book is about an alliance between certain very rich Gentiles and some very radical Jews, and they plot together. They formed this alliance to work together to destroy the Dome of the Rock. And that's what this book is about. It's an action adventure novel. And the character, my main character, is a man named Dan Good. His father's name was Ben Good, and his mother's name was B Good, and his name is Dan Good. He likes to introduce himself like 007 did. I'm good, Dan Good. Anyway, and he, by the way, he's 6'9". And while that seems unrealistic, I had a best friend one time that was 6'9", and I'm about 5'6", if that. And so I want to invite you to purchase my book on the Megiddo Alliance. And while you're at it, I wrote an autobiography of my life. I really think I had a pretty interesting life. I've done a lot of things that it's not normal for any man to do. And so I wrote a book about my life, and I call it Oops. And that's an exclamation point, not a one. Oops. And that's the story of my life. I seem to have backed in to most everything in life. You see, I was a breech baby to begin with. And then I was born, oops, it came in backwards. And then I was born in September the 15th in 1929. And in October of 1929, the stock market crashed and began the Great Depression. And I grew up during that Great Depression. Oops, it wasn't my fault, though. But those are things, some of the things that you'll find in that book, and it's interesting. It's got some pictures in it, and it's got some interesting sidelights and stories of things that happened in my life, and I think that you might be interested in it. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't have written it. And so, and it's only $7, and I don't know what my cut of that is. I really don't care about making any money. I mainly care about selling the book. And I cannot find a publisher, a bona fide publisher, like Barnes and Random House. I can't get in touch with them. They're book publishers. I can't get in touch with them. I've tried and tried. Another one is Simon and Schuster, and they are Bantam Books, and Penguin. There are other publishers, book publishers, but I cannot for the life of me get in touch with any of them to see if they would publish my book and put it on the market. You see, when you publish in Amazon, it's not marketed. It's just buried in all the books they publish all the time. It's a wonderful thing that they do. My goodness, I'd never have published my book if it hadn't been for Amazon. But it's self-published. Anyway, that's what I had to tell you today. And I I hope that you would purchase my book. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless every one of you. Goodbye.